Welcome back to Crawford-Clark Close-Up as we continue our retrospectives of classic British comedies. Now we come to the offbeat ecclesiastical comedy from brainchildren Graham Linehan and Arthur Matthews, which is celebrating its 25th anniversary in 2020. Father Ted, the story of three priests, Ted Crilly, Dougal Maguire and Jack Hackett, forced to live on the remote craggy island in Ireland with their dotty yet devoted tea-loving housekeeper Mrs Doyle. Over 3 seasons and 25 episodes in the space of 3 years before the untimely death of the show's protagonist, expertly played by Dermot Morgan, Father Ted was one of the most consistently irreverent and funny comedies of the 90s. In this video, we'll be showcasing our 10 favourite Father Ted episodes. Before we get started, we have a few honourable mentions which also made the list. From Series 1, it's Episode 2, Entertaining Father Stone, where the largely mute father makes his annual visit to Craggy Island to be put up by Ted. Actor and comedy writer Michael Redmond is brilliant as the exceedingly dull Father Stone. Series 1, Episode 3 next, The Passion of St Tibulus, sees Ted and Dougal having to protest against the release of a slanderous film about the church. The episode marks the first appearance of the brilliant Bishop Brennan in the show. Also, just narrowly missing out on a space in our top 10 is Series 1, Episode 5, And God Created Woman. Ted becomes smitten by a female visitor to the island and struggles with the arrival of a group of nuns. It's Pauline McLinn's Mrs Doyle who's given the funniest dialogue in this episode, however, whilst discussing a filthy novel she's read containing wall-to-wall bastards. Before we begin our top 10, let us know your favourite episodes from the show in the comments below and let us know what you think of our ranking. We begin at number 10 with Series 1, Episode 4, Competition Time. Craggy Island is hosting the annual Priest Stars in Their Eyes lookalike contest, and the parochial house plays host to presenter and recovering alcoholic Henry Sellers, who Ted unknowingly plies with alcohol in order to gain his favour to win the competition. One of the funniest episodes of the first series of the show. At number 9, it's Series 3, Episode 4, The Mainland. In a break from Parochial House, Ted, Dougal, Jack and Mrs Doyle head to the mainland, where Father Jack goes for an eye test, and Ted insults cameoing Richard Wilson with his "I don't believe it" catchphrase from the classic One Foot in the Grave, before he and Dougal find themselves separated from the rest of the group, who are lost in a cave. Number 8 is Series 3, Episode 6, Kicking Bishop Brennan Up the Arse. After Ted loses a bet with Father Dick Byrne, Ted must host Bishop Brennan and kick him up the arse without him realising what's going on. It seems as if Ted has got away with it until Brennan sees picture proof that Father Dougal has taken. At number 7, guest starring Graham Norton, we have Series 2, Episode 1, Hell. The priests are taking a holiday to a caravan park and are joined by the annoying and excessively jolly Father Noel Furlong. Ted inadvertently ends up repeatedly spying on a young couple, and the man takes action into his own hands in a great start to Series 2. Just outside the top 5 at number 6 is Series 2, Episode 6, The Plague. In another episode to feature the wonderfully dry-witted Jim Norton as Bishop Brennan, Brennan is visiting Craggy Island during an infestation of rabbits, and Brennan has a phobia of them. It's up to Ted and Dougal to ensure that they keep the rabbits from Brennan, but in true Ted and Dougal fashion, things go awry. Starting our top 5, we have Series 2, Episode 5, Song for Europe. Ted is determined to beat his rival Father Dick Byrne by winning the Eurosong 96 contest. Ted and Dougal decide to enter with the not-so-imaginatively titled My Lovely Horse, and despite getting nil points from the judges, still end up winning the competition. At number 4 is Series 2, Episode 8, Cigarettes, Alcohol and Rollerblading. Ted, Dougal and Jack decide to give up their vices, cigarettes, alcohol and rollerblading for Lent. With Mrs Doyle away on a pilgrimage, Sister Assumptua comes to Parochial House to put the priests through their paces in an hilarious episode. And number 3, it's Series 3, Episode 1, Are You Right There, Father Ted? When Ted jokes around with a lampshade and a mark above his upper lip, a Chinese family see this as a racial slur, so Ted has to prove he's not a racist by holding a festival to celebrate all cultures, but things backfire spectacularly. Our top 2 places in our ranking represent 2 of the funniest episodes of any comedy series of all time, and both episodes are fairly interchangeable as to which takes top spot. For now, just missing out is Series 3, Episode 3, Speed 3. Mrs. Doyle is enamoured by the lecherous old milkman who's been putting it about with all the ladies on the island. When Ted gets him sacked, he places a bomb on the milk float. Only Dougal has taken up the post temporarily and has to commandeer the vehicle, ensuring that he keeps the speed above 4 miles an hour at all times for fear that the bomb might detonate. It's an hilarious riff on the bomb on the bus of the 90s blockbuster movie that is one of the most consistently funny episodes of all 25 in Father Ted. The number 1 position goes, of course, to the episode that's resurrected by Channel 4 in the UK every December, the Christmas special that bridged Series 2 and 3 of the show, originally broadcast on Christmas Eve 1996, Christmassy Ted. Ted averts a major disaster when he rescues he, Dougal and a group of priests from Ireland's largest lingerie section of a clothes store and ends up winning a Golden Cleric Award for his troubles. The problem is someone is out to steal the award. Meanwhile, Mrs. Doyle deliberately sabotages her Christmas present from Ted, a tea-making machine. There's so much crammed into this hour-long special, and it's perfect festive comedy that deserves a viewing every December. It's also, in our eyes, the best of Father Ted. And that's the lot, our 10 favourite Father Ted episodes. Let us know what you think of our list in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel at the top of the page for more content just like this. Come and find Crawford-Clark Close-Up on Facebook and Twitter, and drop us an email to crawfordclarkcloseup@gmail.com with suggestions for things we can review on the channel. Stay tuned as next up, to celebrate the release of one of 2020's most anticipated blockbusters, Tenet, we're delving into the back catalogue of director Christopher Nolan for a retrospective of his films to date. But will Batman, Inception, Dunkirk or another gem come out on top? Look out for that video soon. Thanks for watching, and until next time, that's a wrap.